Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome to some more EVE Online, and in today's video I'm going to cover the group activity that we've been doing over the last week or so with Katsuko, who is the latest member, one of our real life friends that has joined us in EVE Online. In the first 2 weeks while we were in the wormhole, we basically allowed Katsuko to explore the game on his own a little bit, to try and find out what kind of ships he prefers or what kind of content he prefers. But after a while, of course, if you get a new player in the game, you do want to find something to do together. And so now that we're back in Iona, we decided to start some very easy and relaxed high-sec exploration fleets, which is basically myself and my brother in the Stratioses. And then Katsu joins the fleet. We have a round in high-sec that is around 15 jumps long. And if we have enough time, we can also do some dead-end systems, probably 20 to 25 systems that we can scan them. And that's basically what we do. We just scan around, explore high-sec a little bit, and over Skype we let each other know what kind of signatures we find, how many there are in which system we're scanning. This allows us to do something like 15 or 20 systems in a decently short amount of time. And when we find something like a data site, for instance, we let each other know where we are exactly, and if it's not too far, we can allow Katsu to train his hacking and stuff like that on one of the data sites. If everyone is too far away, of course, you take the loot yourself, and when we come across something exceptional, like a fire outpost, which you're seeing here, the person finding it starts the outpost. Of course, we don't want someone else to come in and grab it, but the rest of the fleet just burns towards that outpost as quickly as possible. And at this point, it's not about efficiency anymore. This is why you're seeing me just fool around a little bit with the Stratios. I'm not taking any of this all too serious. I do keep an eye out on whoever comes on grid, of course, so that no one can actually steal our loot. But it's not about doing the site as quickly as possible, and that's why we are flying more of a cool ship, the Stratios, rather than the king of high-sec exploration, the Ishtar. The Ishtar could burn through this site in something like 7 minutes, and in that time, Katsu would probably not even have been able to join us anymore. If he would come in the site, I would basically be 1 or 2 shotting all of these frigates and cruiser hulls. So he would experience that, I think, in a very useless way. I think if he would be in the fire outpost together with my Ishtar, he would feel pretty much useless on this higher content, and that's definitely not what we want to do. We want to run a site like this in such a way that that he actually also contributes to doing the site, and that he basically earns his share of the exploration of that evening, which is how we do it. At the end of the evening, we check what we found across all the sites, and then we divide it ISK wise amongst the members of the fleet. We're definitely having a good amount of fun this way. And one thing I have to say, we did provide Katsu with I think the best ship in order to do this. You'll see it warp in just a second. It's a Gnosis. Now, why do I think that a Gnosis is actually a pretty damn good ship to get a new player? First of all, skill wise, of course, it's a battle cruiser that doesn't require any real skilling. So any new player can basically get in a Gnosis on day 1. But it's not so much because it doesn't require any skilling. I think the Gnosis is so versatile that a new player can test out all possible weapon systems on the Gnosis. It's got bonuses to exploration, data relic analyzers, but also to missiles, hybrid weapons, to every weapon system in the game. It's got small but overall resistances. So Katsu can decide whether he wants to experiment with a shield tank or with an armored tank. If he wants to try the hybrids, more drones, lasers, missiles, whatever he wants, he can test everything out on this Gnosis. And it's actually a battle cruiser, so with medium guns he can actually do some damage. He can be useful in the site. It has the exploration bonuses, so he helps out with scanning all the signatures available in the system. For something like this, some group exploration. It's a great ship to get a new player because it will actually help us, and he gets to experiment with all the possibilities for fitting and all of that on the Gnosis. So yeah, it's a great ship. We definitely got him that, and here you can see us loot something like 74 million ISK at the end of the evening. That's another 20-25 million for Katsu. After 2-3 weeks, I think that's definitely a pretty good result. And then, since no one else comes in, we decide to clean up the rest of the site together as well. But yeah, in the Gnosis, you know, I think it's a lot of fun for him, and it's such a versatile ship that he can basically try out any build that he wants, any weapon system that he wants to specialize in. He can give it a go in the Gnosis, and that's why we bought him one of these. It's also really a beautiful ship from the Society of Conscious Thought, quite unique looking, and yeah, quite fun to fly for a new character. Before this, he was flying in Imicus. Honestly, if you want to do exploration as a new player, you do need a ship that has all the bonuses for exploration. Katsu tried to do it in a Vexor for a little bit, but he just couldn't do the hackings anymore because his skills were lacking, and with the Tech 1 data analyzer he didn't have enough hit points, just a few of those annoying firewalls, and he was out of hit points. He couldn't finish the data sites anymore, so he was doing it in an Imicus for the first 2 weeks, where we let him explore the game on his own. Now he's doing it in the Gnosis, which is also still perfect for his solo exploration as well. And yeah, we just try and get him involved in the game so that he can be useful to us as well, do some group content, stay online over Skype, stay in touch as well, and we just have a good amount of fun that way. And we hope that he enjoys the game this way as well. It's definitely a good learning experience, I think. He learns all about the fleet's warping to fleet members, and here we try and explain him with anchors, you know. Just put up an orbit around one of us, and then try and fire at the best targets for you to do most damage. And yeah, he's been doing quite well. And we also get some pretty cool footage here as well, where his Gnosis, there he goes, swoops in, firing at that last frigate. Pretty damn cool stuff. So yeah, there you go, guys. Quick update on what we've been doing in EVE Online in the last week. Some high-sec exploration in group. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.